Hey, this is Edward Bender, the lobbyist and general counsel for the South Carolina Hospital Association, here with this week's SCHA legislative update. The full 3M committee of the South Carolina House of Representatives held a hearing this week on S-164, the CON bill. It was a grueling 3-hour meeting in a room with no air conditioning. But the folks testifying from the hospital community did a tremendous job highlighting the crucial role that CON plays in hospitals' ability to provide care for patients of all walks of life in South Carolina. And if CON were to be repealed, hospitals' ability to provide that care to all of those people may be jeopardized, particularly in our rural areas. All of the folks who testified on behalf of CON acknowledged that the program in its current form is flawed. But many of the problems raised by the pro-repeal crowd could be solved by the aggressive reforms proposed by SCHA to CON. I was also struck in watching the testimony that all of the folks testifying on behalf of reforming CON were South Carolinians there to talk about patients in South Carolina, while many of the pro-repeal side were made up of non-SC residents paid for to be there by out-of-state special interest groups. I want to personally thank all of those people who drove from hospitals across the state to provide their testimony. They did a tremendous job and deserve a lot of credit. The bill will now go to the Healthcare Subcommittee of the 3M Committee, where they will start to craft an amendment to 164 that we hope will look a lot like the reforms proposed by SCHA. I also want to take a minute to briefly highlight a bill that was introduced in the Senate this week. S-558 was introduced by Chairman Danny Burton of the Senate Medical Affairs Committee. This bill would waive the requirement that the first step of a TB test be administered in a hospital before a patient is transferred to a skilled nursing facility. Under the bill, both steps of the TB test will be administered upon admission to the patient in the nursing home. This will free up much needed beds for those patients in need of acute hospital care. As always, thank you for watching, and if you have comments or questions, please do not hesitate to contact me or another member of the SCHA advocacy team. Have a great weekend and take care.